Hey everyone, here today with my top films of 2022. This is kind of an impromptu video, just trying to get something out this month. It's a promise to myself to keep putting content out. I did happen to get my top 10 films of this year, or this past year, as well as my good friend Zach Kaufman, who gave kind of his stay-at-home dad's take on the best films of 2022. So let's just jump right in. Number 10, I have Turning Red, which was my favorite Disney film of the year, animated at least. So Turning Red is a great kids film. It takes place in the early 2000s, which really reflects my own childhood, so I really much enjoyed that about it. And I just think overall it's a fun, happy film. It's got some songs, got some great characters, and I just really liked it. I hope everyone goes to see it. I don't think it got as much attention as a lot of the other Disney animated films. Next is the movie White Noise at number 9. Really enjoyed this. I actually read the book prior to seeing the film, and I was really a big fan of what that is. This whole story about like a post-apocalyptic, but also just how American marketing and American ways of life affect us on a daily basis. And it's a really cool film. Adam Driver stars, and he's always great. There's pretty much nothing I don't like that Adam Driver makes. And overall, it's just a really solid film. Next up is Northman. This did come out earlier in the year, but this is a really cool film. I'm a big Viking Norwegian fan, if anyone who knows me. So this was gonna be something high on my list. And this whole story of like a man on redemption and trying to, retake what is his, just big fan of that. Loved like the 13th Warrior back in the day, so this was really those similar vibes, and Pathfinder, stuff like that. So really enjoyed this film. For number 7, we have The Behemoth, the one that's still kicking butt right now, Avatar: The Way of Water. I went and saw this on the biggest IMAX screen I could find, opening day. I waited overnight for the original one, so I was already a big fan for these. But I think these films are very important for people who don't really think about our environment and don't think about what we're doing to our planet. And it's just an important film, and it's great that so many masses see this, because maybe it will inspire change, inspire peace. And maybe it's not the deepest film in the world, but it looks beautiful and it gets a lot of people going, and it's important to share a good message. Number 6 is The Fabelmans, or AKA the Steven Spielberg biopic on himself, which anything by Steven Spielberg always looks great. It has all these great touches. It really draws more of the feelings of something like E.T., Gremlins, something that's just a little closer to the heart of childhood, which is really nice. And the acting is great, and it's just a good time, and everyone I saw it with is crying. It's just a good family film. Number 5 is no surprise to really anyone's list this year, Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is probably a perfect film in a lot of people's eyes. It's all about inclusion, all about a family and sticking together, and it's told in a really unique way. The Daniels have a very unique style to them. I mean, I'm not going to say much on this because everyone said everything about this film. So just know, if you haven't seen it, you need to go see it. Next up is probably a surprise pick for me. I'm talking about Empire of Light. This is my number 4 pick, and this was a really sweet film. It took place in London at a movie theater in like the 70s, maybe 80s, and the characters in this film are just really thought through, and I think they have a lot of depth to them. And it really deals with some hard subjects with mental illness, and just a really, I felt like a heartfelt film, while still having this cool touch to being involved with the movies and love of cinema mixed in with all these people's personal drama. So I thought it was a really cool movie. Looked beautiful. Sam Mendes, I rarely dislike his films, and I thought this was a callback to form for him. Next up is another weird one, something that I of course would be into, and that is the David Cronenberg film, Crimes of the Future. I went into this movie really knowing nothing, just that it's kind of like a mutilation art film, and I was blown away by this film. It is the best environment conscious film I've ever seen. And I love how dark it is, and it mixes it in and really tries to pull people in with shock value on something that is a really important topic. So if you haven't seen this, go seek it out. Cronenberg hasn't lost a step. His films are still, everything is just something I haven't seen before. So please go and see Crimes of the Future. And now for my runner-up of 2022, the other behemoth of 2022, and that is Top Gun Maverick. Do I have to say anything? This is a great film. This is a callback to everything that we love about going to the movies. Tom Cruise knows how to do it. Joseph Kosinski, Tron Legacy creator. This guy knows how to make movies, and I am never disappointed with his work. I'm never disappointed with Tom's work. And this is what we needed. This felt like being a kid again and going to the movies. So I have nothing to hate about this film. But for my number one of 2022, it has to be Bones and All. This was so much fun. I mean, a cannibal love story. I hear that and I think I'm excited. I've probably seen any type of film that deals with this sort of subject matter. And to have the team that's behind this film, from Call Me By Your Name, I was really excited. I think Timothée Chalamet hasn't done anything bad yet. And this film was so much fun. I wanted to go see it almost immediately after leaving the theater. The love story is very engaging. The fun they have with the cannibalism, and then the whole idea that they build a culture around cannibals and like their rules and what they are allowed to do was just great. I thought it could have created an entire franchise on what cannibals are, what they do. And then this film still got all tied neatly together in a bow in the very end. So this is my perfect film of the year. I think, we've had down years, we've had up years, but this one was really good. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for future videos. I'm working hard on my films, and I'll see you real soon.